Hi, this is Marilyn. And before we start the podcast, I just wanted to talk about the experience that I had interviewing Miss Jo Martin. As some of you may be new to this podcast, it is basically a candid conversation with people that have worked with me, purchased my product, or inspired me. And therefore, I'm all about working with ease and being in alignment with your true, authentic self, and also transparency. And that's what I aim to bring with my creative coaching business. Is a total transparency and the walk to authenticity. And so it was really funny because when I first spoke to Jo, I always thought that she was part of the Bibby crew, and that was incorrect. Some members had worked with her on Funny Black Women, and the perfectionist in me was going to edit that part out because I was thinking, oh my God, it wasn't perfect. How comes I didn't know? But I always have a policy within myself that this is not Parkinson. Some of you won't know. David Letterman. This is not a chat show. It's actually an extension of my work. And I want to reach the authenticity of the person. And yes, it is important to know what they've done. And I'm aware of what Jo's done. But more than anything, I want to be really authentic and transparent with who and where I am. And therefore I left that bit in because I feel it's really important to show that we don't do and we don't have to do everything perfectly, because everything is perfect in its imperfections, and therefore I decided to keep that part out. Another thing which I actually loved is Jo's unapologetic, transparent self. She doesn't put on any airs and graces. She is just who she is. And this is what magnetism is you being your authentic, God-given self. So you can attract what you need to attract. And oftentimes, when we are ourselves, we are seen as heretics. And I wonder if, as most of the people that are aware of me, if Jo is, where Jo is in the human design scale, I wonder if she's a role model heretic because she refuses to dumb down or her language and who she is. She's really authentic. And when you look at people that are actresses and writers, they are very shamanic in nature because they do go into different worlds because of their characters. And that is being a healer in itself. So with that, I invite you to tap into your authenticity and let go of the judgment and the notion of being perfect or being somebody else to be accepted, and drop into this space of self-acceptance and connect with the authentic part of yourself.
But you have to know what you want to do. Yeah. It's on us. And once we know, we have to just keep on plugging. Because as far as I'm concerned, you don't have to do it in my front room. I'm doing it in my front room. If I can do it on a world stage, I do it on a world stage. Wherever I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. Because I can't, as I said at the beginning of the interviews, do or die.
Welcome to the Candid Conversation Show. I'm your host, Marilyn Fontaine, artist and creative coach for women who want success and income with ease.
Mm-hmm. What is there?
Don't
Got it. All right. So yeah.
It's so funny. Hi everyone. Welcome to the Candid Conversation Show with MJ Fontaine, Marilyn. As you can see, I think there's going to be some laughter because did you just not hear that what she just said? Like, what it say? I'm with the amazing Jo Martin. I'm going to let her introduce herself, but what I will say is I've known her for many years.
Wow.
And also her family members. And now, I'm going to say it, and now she's gracing our screens on several different programs and films. She's been in, if you're looking at, some of you are international, but if you're looking at UK films, that's been in the last 10-20 years, you will see her there in some various form or another. And she's Doctor Who. She's one of the Doctor Who's, which I'm going to go into because in spiritual purposes, that's really, really profound for a woman of color to be, to play Doctor Who. It's really big. So something we've all grown up with. But I'll get her to introduce herself anyway, because I'm going to mumble on. So, Jo, could you introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi, yes, Marilyn's right. My name's Jo. Jo Martin. She's got that much right. And yeah, we've known each other a long time. We used to ride bikes together on Caister Park Road. Oh my gosh.
Yes. Those are the days when we used to play out, right? And you could
play out, not for each other. You're coming out, could you play out? Oh my God. And we haven't aged a day, girl.
We have not.
Come on. Powder, that's all we need. Vaseline for my lip.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what do you do?
But I'm an actress. I'm a writer, and I also direct, so those are things to do. That's what I do. Yeah. But although I haven't directed for a long time because I've not had the opportunity to, because you need a big chunk of time when you're directing anything, be it film, TV, theatre.
Right.
And that's not what I've had, but I've just been making time for my writing as much as I can and trying to build this acting career that would allow me the freedom to do other things, if you know what I mean.
Right,
So yeah.
So
and a mother.
You're a mother to a wonderful man, isn't he? So he's quite funny, even in his expressions. Is from what I've seen, he's a character already.
He's a character. He's 14 and tall and full of character, and he's quite amazing. If I say so myself, he's a very interesting chap. We love watching him and studying him.
And you're a wife as well. Don't forget.
Yes, I am. Yeah. My husband, he's an actor as well, but he's a yoga teacher also.
I didn't realize he's a yoga teacher.
Yeah, he's been teaching for 20 years. He teaches all over the place. He used to teach at the Fitness First, and he teaches at Brixton Prison, although since COVID they haven't allowed him back in to teach at Brixton because he also got one-on-one clients as well as big group classes. But because he acts as well, he's always juggling. But his yoga, I think, always comes. It's one of his number ones. You know what I mean?
That's his balance. I just want to start back with the beginning of your career because obviously I'm an artist and
a brilliant one.
Oh, thank you.
Have you painted for a while,
Yes, she has my work, right? And I coach creative people, but what made me decide to coach them in their business as opposed to just personal is that our life is our creativity. Our work is our purpose. And I think in the UK, I think especially for Black women, we when we're pioneers like yourself and we're trailblazers, people think that we've just turned up.
Yeah, we just come.
Yeah, you just come where you've been there for a long time. Right. And I want to go back to the Stratford Theatre.
Right. Well, the thing is, number one, so I was never in the BB crew.
Was never in it.
I was never in it. I was a part of the BB crew in spirit because I suppose, and I know why you think that, and you're not the only person. So many people think I was part of the BB crew because of that time we were all supporting each other and it all intermingled. But I was part of the Funny Black Women crew with Angela Ma.
Right.
So that was our kind of crew. Yes. Then you had the BB crew and you had the Funny Black Women crew, but it was all love. It was never, and plus people from BB crew joined Funny Black Women, people from Funny Black Women.
That's where I'm getting the
exactly. But I've always been a spiritual member. You know what I mean? Because I love every single one of them. And it was such a glorious time when that was finding its feet and flowering and growing. And to this day, they're still together doing, when they can, do stuff. You know, they've all sprung off and done this and done this, but they've still got a company, and I still feel I'm a part of it. So there. But yeah, my career started at Stratford East.
It was Stratford East. That's what I remember.
Yeah. My career started at Stratford East because there was an artistic director there called Philip Headley, and I started doing youth theatre there. Do you know what I mean? And sort of hanging out, and then as the years went on, the more I was doing this youth, the more I really wanted to do it. You know, I was loving it. And my family started to get a bit worried. My mum was like, I want this acting thing. That's a hobby. You gotta do your book. That is a hobby. You can't do that. I remember Philip Headley went to my mum's yard one time to convince her that to allow me to do some acting thing. And she loved Philip Headley because he's passionate like the Queen. And when him come, he was allowed to go into the front room.
Right, yes, we had front room.
And he peeped in there. You know what I mean? He was in the front room, all the best china, everything. And she talked nice with him, talked nice with her. And then when he walked out the door, she was like, what a lovely man. She looked at me, she said, you could have cried blood. You know, do it. You know what I mean? Wow. She was so against it because she was so worried. She was so scared. Yeah. She'd come here as an immigrant, work her ass off to give us great education and to support us to do something what she thought would be of worth. And that you could buy a house from, and you could invent acting. What are you going to do with that? That's a nothing. You're going to take drugs. You know what I mean? That's what you're going to go do. So, but yeah, so Stratford East was my home, and it gave me a springboard for everything because Philip Headley gave me my equity card back in the day when you needed an equity card to work before I even went to drama school. And then he gave me my first chance. He said to me, I think you can write a play. I want you to write a play with all women. And that's when me, Tracy, and Josephine Melville wrote, Tracy Daly, we wrote a piece called Shoot to Win about a netball team that went on at Stratford East. But that was Philip Headley again. Right.
Because Josephine was in the BB crew.
That's right.
And that's probably, I've seen you in Stratford, maybe in that play.
Yeah.
So then, all of a sudden, remember, I hadn't seen you.
No, of course, so much years.
So I hadn't seen you. So I think when I saw you was then. I don't think I saw you much later after that. And I hope because you still remember me, you know.
Yeah.
But so you did that production. How did it feel doing at that time? Obviously you had your mom to batten, conditioning, right, about being, because I had the same thing when I said I was doing art, fashion. My dad came around and spoke to me. My mom and dad were separated at the time. He came around and spoke to me and told me to do computers. I was horrified. They're working on a computer now. They really tried to sway me, but I was just so tunnel vision of
I understand.
Fashion, yeah.
But it's not tunnel vision, you know. It's not tunnel vision because this might sound a bit dramatic.
No.
But when I sometimes go into schools and people talk about, oh, miss, how can I get on TV? I want to do what you do. What is it? Oh, how do you? And I'm like, I didn't come into this to be famous or I must be on TV. As far as I'm concerned, as I said, this may sound dramatic. For me, it was do or die.
Yeah, well, and that's something in creatives that, I mean, everybody's creative, but when we're creative, where we're so passionate about the creativity, there is no other way. And we normally come across those conversations where people say, you can't do that because there's no one making money, or there's no one doing this, there's no one doing that. And we've had all those conversations, but we still do it regardless. And that shows the true passion is where we can actually make ourselves look stupid. We don't care what people think. Because we just want to get this out, and we may not have money. You know, I've been in the past where I've had no money because of this creative stuff. And
let's not even go there. My niece recently came to the business. She's now an actress. I remember my sister trying to put her off all the years. And one of the things she said to her, she said, remember the time your auntie had to wear 2 summer coats in the winter? Because I couldn't buy no...
Is that Sharon?
Yeah. Sharon told them, remember your auntie had to wear 2 summer coats in the winter, you know. So no one can tell me about bailiffs and me was on first name basis, you know what I mean?
And that's the thing, but that's the thing I really want people to understand is that bailiffs, my God, and you go online and you look about your rights and they'll be in the phone, you'll be looking through the door. They'll go away. You'll be someone will be around your house and you say, quick, turn the telly off.
Of course.
All those things. But we did it for a cause. And end of the day, we're at the other side. we're the other side where we can say to people, we're not saying to you, don't pay a bill and wait for bailiffs, but
no,
by any means necessary, sometimes we have to do what we have to do. Because what did they say? The most richest place in the world is a graveyard.
Hi.
Full of dreams, you know. And I would rather have lived a life of hiding from the bailiffs than not have done it.
Yeah, 100%. I hid from them, me hide. We make payment plan, broke payment plan, me hide again. You know what I mean? I remember I had to go back in the day, it was legal, you could squat. So I had to squat because I had to run away from home at one point because they weren't allowing me to do what I wanted to do. And for years, a lot of my family didn't know I didn't even run away because she was so embarrassed. When family come around sometime, they say, oh, where's Jackie there? And that's my full name, Jackie.
Yeah, that's what I knew you.
Yeah, it's Jackie. She said, oh, she up there reading our book. She up there reading our book. Yeah. So I was upstairs reading a book for about 2 years. But I wasn't even there. In the meantime,
you was having a life, you know.
Yeah.
London, Camden,
ducking and diving,
going to those clubs, did you go to clubs and stuff?
Of course. Listen, I was embracing it all. It's all there to be had. We want to know what the club life is. I love music anyway. Music, getting a bass line in your heart, with your heartbeat. You know what I mean? Dancing the whole night through. I did it all. I was at Backless, I was at here, I was there, I was here. You know, doing the Jazzy B nights, you know, as well as grafting, working as a cloakroom girl, working as a bar girl, working as on a Covent Garden market. That was the best job because you had no one around me. I just store, you're selling what you're selling, and that is that. But in all weathers, you know. But you got to have side hustles when we're being creative. We've got to have, because otherwise, I would find if I was locked in the house for too long, I start to lose my shit.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I always had other side hustles, and as creators, we have to. Otherwise, we now got to eat. Even more so now, it's harder even now.
Yes, it is. You've got to be able to do different things. And so when was your break? What you would say your break? I mean, obviously you did your 10,000 hours, but when was the thing that changed everything for you?
When the bailiff stopped following me. Well, I'll tell you what, I'll give you two, because what my mum, when they finally accepted that why we can't deter, that's what she's doing. And, you know, I go around there with my little hungry self on a Sunday, looking at a little dinner and a little carry-out bag and all this kind of thing. So I've done a few TVs. I've done as a show back in the day, you'd know it, Birds of a Feather, which my mum really liked. So when I got that, I thought, oh, she could be shit, watch that. But watch. So I was like, Mum, I've got a job on TV. I got my Birds of a Feather. She was like, that's nice. She wasn't really, you know.
Yes.
And then some years later, I then got the gig with the Royal Shakespeare Company, right? When I told her that all she hear is Royal, Miss here upon the phone, Jacqueline working for the Queen, you know? Like, no, I'm not working for the Queen, Mum. She's like, the Royal Shakespeare, it's Royal. It's Royal.
Oh
that to her was a turning point for my mum.
Yeah.
And I suppose it was a turning point in my career because when you work for the RSC, people start to think, oh, maybe you can act. You're not just doing comedy or doing this and that. You're doing, you know, the classics and stuff. And so that was a turning point in getting more serious work, as it were, because I will always do comedy because I love comedy, but I wanted to be able to do it all. You know, but you get put in pigeonholes, don't you? Like, you know, oh, you do that, so you do
this. So
that
woman.
Yeah, exactly. So that busted that open, you know, but I was still broke.
But they're the jobs though, isn't it? You're still broke, but it's the name, what it brings later on, isn't it?
Yeah, later on. Yeah. And, you know, it was great because you don't just do 3 months or something. You do like 2 years with the RSC.
Wow.
You know what I mean? It was 2 years. I did one play for a year, then it toured, then it went this. And, you know, when you sign on for the RSC, that's why I was scared when the job came because I was like, oh my God, I can't imagine doing something so long because, you know, we like to keep it moving, you know what I mean? So to sort of be, you know, I was like, oh, but you know what? There was not one boring moment. It was the most wonderful experience. And I've worked for them since, but not for as long. I did a year. But I suppose in terms of a TV break, when the Crouches came along, I remember the Crouches, which I did have a good time on that. I didn't really rate that show. It was okay. I think what happened on that show was that yes, the cast was diverse, but management wasn't.
Right. So you found
the writers weren't diverse, the director wasn't diverse, the producers weren't. Do you know what I mean? So a lot of things that you had to fight Well, I say fight. At the time, I thought I was just having conversations with people.
Yeah.
I thought I was just trying to give my opinion or my advice or this or that, and people were taking it a different kind of way. Because if you're a black woman or a woman,
yes,
and you dare listen, you should be grateful. You're in a big sitcom on BBC, you have lead part. Just shut up and learn your lines and go on with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there were lots of things that I couldn't settle with, you know. And I remember I got fired from that job. Yeah, I got fired. But the way you get fired in TV, no one tells you, because the series had finished. We'd done the first series, right? And when it came out, it got lambasted. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Quite rightfully so.
Yeah.
You know, for lots of different reasons. Too long to start now, but lots of different reasons. And anyone out there who would have seen it will know why. But anyway, they quick time came back, so they're going to do a second series, but they're going to quick time get some black people. So they've got people like Paulette Randall to come and direct. Some Paul Mackenzie's a brilliant writer, black writer, and other writers. They got a black team to come to do the second series. Yeah. And when they went into the meetings, like, and all these people I know very well, worked with them lots of times, Paulette, Paul, the writer, this, that. And they told Paulette and them, like, oh, we're going to recast Joe's part. Now, no one's told me, because they don't. All I had was people to get the Robbie G calling me, and the guys playing my kids, and Jimmy Akimbola, oh, you're going to be doing it, you're doing it. I said, no one's called me to ask if I'm doing it. They're like, what? But we're negotiating with our agents right now. So that's when I realized, oh, I've been fired. Cool. I want to go back to that shit house anyway. So then them lot went in, all the black creatives that were in there who knew me basically fought to say, you got to keep Joe. You got to bring back Joe.
Yeah.
So when they came to me and said, Joe, you got to come and do it. My ego was like, no, they don't want me. I don't, but they had stuck their neck out. And we had a chance to try and correct some of the wrongs that had been done in series 1. Yeah. It wasn't all bad. I mean, it's not like, oh my God. When I look on it now, because it replays on certain things and people will send you little clips. And I saw a clip the other day with this actress called Claire Perkins and Brian Bovell, who were my dearest friends. And they were making me laugh. It was hilarious. There were moments. It's not like the whole thing was just, but anyway. So I did go back, but it was really tough. I was like, to paint that smile on with them people that you knew had basically put you in a rubbish dump without even having the manners to even tell you, you know what I mean? Because they're so crummy. You know who you are. Yeah. Anyway.
And then what changed after that? What? Because I've seen you on so many different. Every time I'm watching a British movie, I just see you.
Oh my God. It's so hard, because I suppose one of the things that was really good for me was a comedy show that I love. We're in season 2 of it, called Back to Life. I don't know if you've seen that.
I think I
yeah, Back to Life. If you get a chance, you watch it. It's on Netflix. It's still on BBC iPlayer, I think. We've done 2 seasons. It's only 12 eps, half-hour eps, but they are brilliant. And lots of people loved it. It's like kind of underground burn. It plays in America as well. It's got a huge fan base in America, on Showtime and here also. And the people from Doctor Who, a lot of the producers, they love that show.
Wow.
Right? So that put me on the platform for them.
Right.
You know what I mean? And also they all love the Phoebe Waller-Bridge, what was her show called again? Oh God. Phoebe Waller-Bridge, Craig.
She's calling her husband.
Craig. Fleabag.
Okay, Fleabag. Right.
Yeah, I only did 1 episode of that, but it was a really fun character. Yeah. But again, those are kind of real. They're big shows, right. And so when people and I don't know why they thought I'd be a doctor, because it was. If you sit down and watch it, she's quite different to the doctor character, but somehow. And when I actually got the call, they didn't tell me I was auditioning to play a doctor, because I think I would have absolutely flopped it if I'd known.
That's the best way.
Yeah, I didn't know. And because everything is so shrouded in secrecy, you can't say this, you've got to sign all the things, you can't. Right now, I'm scared even talking about you. I'm like, I'm going to say the wrong thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to say the wrong thing like I did the other day. Oh, anyway.
We won't talk about it too much, but I'll just...
No, it's fine.
Okay, so you can. That's okay. So
I'll just stop myself.
I can edit bits anyway.
Yeah.
How did it feel getting that?
Let me tell you, there's another quick thing I got to tell you, because when I finally found out what the part was, I then lost the job.
Oh,
Because I was on another job. I don't know if you know a next show that's on Sky that Idris Elba produces and stars in. It's about his life in East London when he was a child. He plays his dad in it. It's called In the Long Run.
really? No,
Juliette
I haven't
Kabola's
seen
in
it.
it.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a comedy, and it's a period piece set in the 80s. So the soundtrack's great. I was just guesting. I was doing a couple of episodes, but there was one date that got in the way. And my agent was quite naughty because when someone comes for you, you got to tell them, are they all those dates clear? She lied and said, yeah. Right? Thank God for my agent. And set me up for it anyway, thinking that one date must cancel further down the road. We won't think about that now. Get the job first, then we'll see how it goes. Boom, get the job. Boom, this date now is there. So she quickly goes to the Idris people and say, look, Joe's got this massive opportunity. This is one day. What can you do? Can you help us? Da, 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 da. Them go away, them come back, them go away, them come back. They said, no, we can't, because we booked out the hotel. Joe's in every single hotel. This hotel's cost us a fortune. We can't rebook it. It's what it is. So then she's gone, Jesus, okay, I've got to go to the Doctor Who people, which she didn't want to do because she's got to now to admit that she got to them and them said, we can't stand down all our people for a whole day. Everybody's set to do the big scene and blah, blah, blah. And we did everything. I all tried to get in contact with the producer. My agent was saying, look, write her out of your show, man. We'll give your mind, where you want, just get us out. You know what I mean? But it couldn't happen. And my agent had to call me. And I've been with my agent, bloody hell, 100 years. When she called me to say, Joe, not good news. It's not going to work out. You know what I mean? And she was literally in tears. And she's a tough boot, my agent. But I didn't cry because my thing is like, then it weren't for me. I felt disappointed. It's not like I was jumping for joy. I was gutted, Marilyn, gutted, because Sharon really said to me, that's your pension, you know.
Oh God, Sharon.
yeah. So I was so gutted, but I just went, well, someone else is going to get an amazing call.
Yeah.
And this is going to change their life, you know. And I'm a true believer in that. I'm not going to send myself mad, especially in this game.
Yeah.
And I said, if it's for me, it will come back. And cut long story short, obviously it did, came back. Doctor Who changed their mind. They said, all right, we will make it work, stand down for the day. But I literally rapped on Idris thing the night I rapped, then picked me up, we got to Wales and we started the next day. So I had no time to even, it was just like,
wow, that is just, oh my God.
Yeah, and it was quite, I remember with my cousins when I would be playing, Doctor Who, and they'd be like, you can't be the Doctor, and blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? And me, wrapping up them in foil and say, you have to be the Dalek and this and that and this nonsense. And to actually suddenly, and the fact they had to be a secret, do you know what I mean? Only my sister and my husband knew.
Yeah.
And my other sister in America, she don't even know she didn't know Doctor Who, but I told her as well, but simply because she didn't understand, it wasn't a problem. She wasn't going to tell nobody, but she didn't know. She's like, Doctor what?
Yeah, because there's some American listeners, and they may know. Some of them may know Doctor Who, some of them may not.
Doctor Who's massive in America. I just come from a convention in LA.
Oh, is that where you went?
A Comic-Con, what they call Comic-Con convention that they have. And people that did Doctor Who lifted a cup in Doctor Who and drank it. They want to book them. Do you know what I mean? It's like, so they can get a doctor. So they pay for you to fly out there and live nice life. And these conventions, thousands. I get so much mail from America. Because there's and Black Geeks.
Yes.
Is a wonderful thing. Yes, you know what I mean? In America, everywhere, Australia, Brazil, I got in Japan, Doctor Who seems to touch a lot of people. It's kind of niche, but it's too big to say it's niche, if you know what I mean.
But there used to be a shop in East Ham.
Yeah, I remember the shop. Yeah, gone now.
And it's funny because we're going to finish shortly because we have time. But it's almost what comes to my mind when I see you as a doctor. I just think of Octavia Butler and her sci-fi stories and her characters and how they've touched so many lives of people. And I think for the young girl from years ago that used to look at Doctor Who, to see that you're playing that now, how much people you're touching, and as a black woman, and the doctor is from the future past, isn't it? She's an anomaly, isn't she?
Well, the fact is, what I was told is that she's the original doctor.
The Eve. So like the Eve.
Yeah.
So you're like
exactly.
the Eve of doctor, you know?
Exactly. I mean, whether they changed that, but that was the brief I was told, is that you came before pre-Hartnell. Hartnell was the first ever doctor, but they've changed the canon now to say that, you know, my doctor, Ruth's future doctor, was the first doctor. Do you know what I mean? And I remember the day when we shot that scene, I had to say, you know, I remember I'm the doctor. And just having, you know, like memories, when you have to recall a memory, and there was this character having to recall finding herself. There were so many kind of, Marilyn,
metaphysical meanings, right?
Yes.
And that's what it is. It's that, you know, sometimes we have to go through so many things in our life for something big, but in a moment where you realize this is not just about a job, an acting job, me express myself. This is deep. I'm standing on the shoulders of my ancestors.
Oh, girl.
You know, you said something about your mum. You know, she loved Doctor Who, and she's passed. But how does that make you feel, knowing that you've done something, and she's obviously around you, but how does that make you feel, knowing that you got to a place where she would have been really proud?
You know, Marilyn, as I said, that day, she was with me on that day when the reveal happened, and the goosebumps that came over me, and it's almost I could smell her.
Yeah. And
she was there, and I know people that you understand them, and people might not understand and think, oh God, she's mad, but I'm not mad. My mum was there, and when I thought about all the injustices that she suffered being here, just to be able to, her thing was, I must buy a house, must have my house, and to paid off her house before she died, and the amount of jobs she had to do, and the insults and the slings and arrows and everything. And here I was.
I said we'll be crying, wouldn't we? Like, it'll be emotional.
It was something. It was quite something. And not just that, just for that, you know, the little girl that I was, and never seeing myself.
Yeah.
And knowing that globally, little girls and little boys would be seeing themselves, you know, and then to be at this cosplay, this Comic-Con thing where you saw black and white people dressed as my doctor.
So beautiful.
You know what I mean? It's really, you know, and what I found with a lot of the Doctor Who fans, which is just amazing, because everything's about being exclusive. They're very inclusive. And people told me that when I first got the job, they told me when it busts, I must come off social media, because a lot of Doctor Who fans may turn on me and going to be nasty and everything. And I did for a while, but everyone was sending me screenshots and stuff, and it was all love.
Yeah.
You know, of course, you got the few anomalies, few little mad people tell you about whatever, the racist things and whatever. But I mean, it was so tiny that the amount of support and love for a black middle-aged woman, you know,
not middle-aged, it's so funny. I still think I'm 10, but
no, of course, when I say it, I don't mean it.
Yeah, I know, I can see.
I'm saying it, but I'm like, I don't know if that's even true. But because, you know, I'm fighting aliens, so I'm young, you know.
And we're going to finish, but what would you say to somebody who's creative, and, you know, they're going through hiding through the bailiffs, or they're struggling with what their family's saying? What would you say to that person?
You know, you have to, as my son, one of the street things they say when they say, I'm firming it, mum, firm it. You know, it's almost that. And it's not, and when I say firm it, it's not like, oh, we can't be vulnerable, we can't have days we're going to just sit under the duvet. We can have those days, but don't turn it into a lifetime. I will still have a day where I just feel like, you know what, I can't believe my room, I can't believe my house today. I'm just like, we will still have them days, even if it's not about bills or it's not about this, you know. So that will still happen. So, but in terms of not reaching where you want to reach, and you're at that stage where you're struggling and everyone's against you, not even against you, it's out of love more times when people are kind of battling you because they're scared that you're going to fall and they want to protect you. But you have to know what you want to do. It's on us. And once we know, we have to just keep on plugging. Because as far as I'm concerned, if you have to do it in my front room, I'm doing it in my front room. If I can do it on a world stage, I do it on a world stage. Wherever I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. Because I can't, as I said at the beginning of the interviews, do or die. I spoke to this young actor the other day. Her family are dead against her being an actress. And so she went off to uni. She's a fully trained up lawyer now. But she realized she still can't do that. She needs to act. And I said to her, my darling, I got no argument with your family anymore. It's on you now.
Yeah.
It's on you. You did a lot for them. You've gone and so they got things on paper. They can walk through and say, my dad actually started. Look, she did this, good for you that you did that. I couldn't have done that, but wonderful that you did.
Yeah.
But now it's on you. So when she's asking me, what must I do? I say, it's on you.
Yes.
If that is your calling, if that is in your spirit, in your bones, nothing can stop you, not even bailiff. Not even having to, yam pasta for the next 10 days with no sauce. You know what I mean? But me can make dumpling. For my have flour, me can make food.
This is it. Exactly. And I'm going to finish now because I know you have to go. And I just think that we've time traveled. In the last few minutes, we've time traveled. And honestly, Joe, this has been so important. And your words, and I'm so grateful for you.
Really, thank you. And me of you, I'm so proud of what you've achieved. I can't believe it. We missed big chunks of each other's lives, and suddenly we come back together, and it's like, oh my God! And we're both still in the hoods, still in the areas.
Newham. I just did a tour of Newham just today. I went to get something, and I've got a soft spot for Newham because as crazy as Newham is. I think it still recognizes its people on some level. There's something about Newham that I just, it just keeps pulling me back. But it's the work we have to do for our ancestors.
Absolutely.
We'll move on. But Joe, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I really appreciate you, and I really appreciate this.
Absolute pleasure. We'll talk soon, I'm sure.
Okay then. That was a really beautiful share with the force of nature that we know as Joe Martin. If you found this conversation inspiring, please follow and subscribe. If you would like some coaching with me on a highly capable coaching program, which is a one-to-one program for 6 months or 3 months, then drop me a line on www.mjfontaine.co.uk, and there you'll be able to book a consult with me. Until next week, have a wonderful week.